Hi guys, in this session you are going to learn about proc import and proc export. First we discuss about proc import. The definition is to import the data from outside environment to SAS environment, and the syntax is proc import data file equals to file location or file path, out equals to dataset name, dbms equals to dbms type, and run. First we import data from the Excel. What does it mean? If the data at the outside in the Excel format, now we are importing. What does it mean? We import this data to the SAS environment. Then how it will be? And before import the data from the Excel, we have to know their file tab and their extension and the DBMS. What is the file type here? It is an Excel file. Then what is an extension? What does it mean extension? When we save the file, at the end it will be saved automatically XLS or XLSX. Then if the extension is XLS or XLSX, then the DBMS type should be XLS or XLSX. Okay, now we write one example. Proc import data file equals to, this is the path. Here is an import to 1. Import to 1, already we have a data. When we have a data only, we have to import that to the SAS environment, and this is our import to 1 data. Now we are importing this into SAS environment. Okay, and before import the data, must and should close the data. This is the file path here, and out equals to import. What does it mean? Whatever we want the dataset name, here we have to mention here, and dbms equals to xlsx. Okay, got it? This is an Excel file, and here extension is an xlsx, then dbms also xlss, and run. We are running this code. Before opening dataset, log is clear. The import dataset as a 9 observations are variables. Okay, import successful. Here we are getting the data, name, math, science, and social. Exactly is there or not, we have to cross check. That is an import one, that is also Excel sheet. At the outside it is in the Excel sheet. Remember it, name, math, some random marks, and 10 random students, and we just in the data set, in the import data set, name, math, science, social with the random marks. Are you understand what is an import? Outside it is in Excel format. Now we convert into our SAS file format simply by using proc import here. If the data don't have the variables names, like here one Excel file is there. In this there is no variable names. These are all observation, just like an observation here, name, some math, social, science. We don't have the variables names here. Okay, before situation we have a data with the variable names. This is the import to 1 data. Okay, and in the import to 2 data there is no variables. If the data is like this, what we do? What happen when we import directly? Okay, first we import it directly, simply with the same procedure, same proc import data file and a file location. Then how we get this file location? That is also an important question here. And for getting this file location, just right click on the file, and in the properties, here we have a location. Here we just have a location, and we just copy here, we paste here, and we add file name and its extension. We have to add the file name and its extension also. Now I am giving import to 1. And DBMS is an XLS, every Excel. If the extension is XLSX, then the DBMS is same for every Excel. And run. Before opening dataset, log is clear. Here variable name change, import 1. Okay, then what it consider as a variable? Simply the first observation consider as a variable here, but it's not a correct. Revant is an observation. Got it? In this type of situation, then what is the solution for it? Simply proc import data file is the same location, and out is an 1 underscore, and dbms is an xls. Get names equals to no. Okay, here Simply by get names option equals to no. What does it mean? It doesn't take any variable name. Okay, and it's directly gives some default variable names. Then what are those? We are running this code. Flag is clear. One underscore. Here, what are the default variables when we apply get names equals to no in the Excel sheet? Okay, in the Excel sheet, what are those? A, B, C, D. Then where did it get this? Simply this A, B, C, D consider as a variables names. When this happen, if we mentioned get names equals to no. Or you got it here? If the data don't have the variable, then we have to mention get names equals to no. If the Excel file have a more than one sheets, just like here we have a 3 sheets, okay, and if you give it directly, then where it takes from? Are you got in my question? Where it takes? Is it takes a sheet 1 or sheet 2 or sheet 3? In this type of situation, there is a solution for it, and simply proc import data file, and a file path is an import to 3 here. File we are taking this and out equals to import to 2. DBMS is the same for Excel sheets. Here I am just mention the name of the sheet. Okay, got it? I didn't mention any particular name for that. It's Excel randomly take it as a sheet 2. That's why I just mentioned this sheet 2. Then if you apply this sheet 2, I am getting the data of this one, like a Shravani, Shravanti, like these are names. If you got it in the data set, then it will be success. Enter. If you want to data from the particular sheet, then we have to mention the sheet name. We are running this code, import 2. Okay, these are the data from the import 3 Excel file in that sheet 2. Now, in this Excel sheet, I want to apply some particular starting position. I mean, I want just from here to here like this, or from starting position 3 to 9 like that. Okay, in that situation, I just want to skip to 3 like this, and I want starting from the 4. In this situation, what we do? Proc import and same import to 3. I just gave an import to 3 and out. DBMS is the same for Excel, and the sheet equals to sheet 2. In the sheet 2, data row equals to 4. Okay, then what does it mean? In that particular sheet, I want data from the 4th row. Okay, I'm just running it. Log is clear. Import. We got it from the name Shirisha. We are getting data. We are just checking the data row 4 is a Shirisha or not. Okay, in the sheet 2, from the 4 Shirisha. From this name, we are getting the data. Like this, we can get the data from the particular starting position also. Now, and in this particular sheet, not even from particular starting position, we are getting some range of values also. For example, I want to data from here to here, only the selected data only. Then how we get this particular selected data in the data set? Simply here the starting position is there A4, and up to here I want the data that is a C8. Just like if you mention these boxes names from where to where, I want to just from here to here, if like this, then it is an A5, and up to here it is a D10. Like this, if you mention the range, so then you get only that particular range of values only. Then how it will be? From the range of values, proc import, and the same import to 3. From the import to 3, we are getting the data out. Import to 4. DBMS is same for Excel. Get names equals to no. Here the range. First the name of the sheet and the dollar symbol, and here the range A4 to D8. Enter. I got it already. I am explained how to get a range from the Excel sheet, that starting position to ending position. And here no need to mention again sheet name. Why? Because in the range itself we have mentioned the sheet name, so no need to mention the sheet name again in it. We are just running in it. Like is clear. Import 4. Got it? From the Shirisha we are getting up to only selected area. Like this we are getting some range of values also. Now we can filter the data also. Okay, while importing only we can filter the data, then how it will be? Then what are the filter statement? If and where. Here we are just applying where here, and data file location is the same, and already I am explaining you how to get a location. Simply by the right click, properties, and a location, copy it and paste here, and type the file name and the extension, and out equals to import to a and where condition. Simply you know how to apply a filter condition, just like that where I am just applying a where condition in the out. Okay, what does it mean? After getting an import, we'll just filter the data, and DBMS is same, and sheet equals to sheet to run to a. And what is the filter condition here? Mass greater than 60. If the name marks only greater than 60, we are checking the out file is a 2a. Got it? In the mass, I mentioned the in the mass above the 60. Got it? Like this, we can apply the filter conditions also. And these are the conditions from the Excel sheet, and there is a slight difference when we import the data from the text files. What are the differences? And remember it, when we apply in the text file, there is a no sheet, there is a no range of values, there is a no data row. Got it? Why? Because in the Excel sheet we have a boxes or like just like a table, but in the text document we have a plain area. Here we don't have any boxes or any lines or like that. That's why we don't have some particular conditions like sheet, data row, range, like that we don't have in a text format. Now we check how to import the data from the text type formats, and simply from the text document we have to remember some file DBMS names. Okay, if the file type is a delimiter, what does it mean? In the text document separation with the delimiter, then we use a DBMS as a DLM. And if the CSV file, what does it a CSV file? Comma separated values. Then the DBMS is the CSV. And if the tab file, that is also in the text format only, that is the tab. Okay, if you explain one example, you can easily understand. First one, what is a delimiter? Okay, and remember one thing, when you import the data, you have to know how it will be. It means of what? You have to open it, you have to see it how the data will be, and then only you have to import the data from the outside to the SAS environment. Here just the same data in the text format, and this is the delimiter here. The delimiter is separate the values here. Okay, in each and every value I am just separation with the delimiter and symbol here. Now in this type of situation, how we import the data from the SAS environment? In the Excel sheet there is a no need of a delimiter here. That's why, because already we have a data like this in the table format. So no need to mention any delimiters or any CSV formats like this. And but in the text format we have to understand, we have to know some rules in it. Here the delimiter is and symbol here, and you can use the whatever delimiter you want. Now how we import the data? And when we import the data, file should be closed, and first we applying in the delimiter proc import data file, and observe here, when if the file is an Excel, then the extension is XLSX, and when it is a text document, then the extension is .txt. If the extension is the .txt with the delimiter separation, DBMS is a DLM. Are you got it? And out is an import file, and DBMS is a DLM. Why? Because data is separated with the delimiter. That too extension is a TXT extension. How we know what type of delimiter is using in it? Before import, there is a must and should, we have to open it. And delimiter already we just see this is the delimiter we used in that particular import one, and run. Log is clear, import file. Here we are getting the data properly. Got it? We have, don't forget to mention the delimiter, and whatever the delimiter you have to use, you have just mention here. And if the file is a CSV, what is that CSV? Comma separated values, just like what here import 2 is there. and every value is separated by the comma. That's why we call as the comma separated values, CSV. Then how to do in this type of situation? Mention proc import data file. This is the file location, and for every type of file format, just right click it, properties, just copy the location, and after the copy the location, we must mention the file name and their extension. Got it? Now out equals to import 6 and dbms equals to CSV. Why? Because that is the comma separated values in the data file, and that's why dbms is a CSV. Are you got it? Then delimiter is what? Comma, and run. Log is clear. Import 6. We are getting proper data here. Based on the type of data in the data file, we have to change the delimiter, we have to change the dbms based on the text document. In the Excel sheet, the dbms is the same, either XLS or XLSX. But in the text document, based on the delimiter value is changing and the dbms also changing. Now, and just like the same situation here, if the data don't have a variables names, then what is the solution here? And the solution is the same for Excel file and text file. For both, the solution is same, that is gets name equals to no. Are you got it? There is a no change, and for in the dbms or whatever, the solution is same, just get names equals to no. That is an import to 3. Then how will the data in import to 3? Okay, here we don't have a variables names, and when we applying get names equals to no in the Excel sheet, what are the default variables names? A, B, C, D. But when we apply get names equals to no in the text document, what are the default variables? Import to 7. Okay, var1, var2, var3, var4. Just like these are the default variable names when we apply get names equals to no in the text format. And here also we just restrict the data, same procedure here, and nothing is changed for restrict the data in the text file or Excel file. Process is same. We are just running this code. Are you got it? The text is different and it is a CSV file. That's why delimiter is a comma here, and we are run. Log is clear. Import 8. Got it? We are getting the proper data, and above 60. We have to check that. Yes, in the mass above 60. Okay, like this we restrict the data, same like an Excel file. There is nothing changed when we restrict the data, either Excel or both. If you use the same file to import again and again, you just give name for that. Instead of that writing file path again and again, you just name it. Then how it will be? File name. This is the name for the path. Now the path. Okay, for the import to text format. For this, I just mention the name. I am text. Okay, we are running, and we just give same file name for some random Excel sheet also. File name. The name of the path is I am Excel, and this is the path. Import to 1. For this, I giving a name for it. Okay. Now we are applying these two in the proc import. Then how it will be? If first we apply in the text file. Proc import data file equals to IMText. Like this, we just mention the name instead of the path. And out, I'm just giving a EITA, and dbms is the same, and delimiter is the same, and log is clear. Import EITA. Like this, you get the data. Are you got it? Instead of using the file path, I am just using a file name statement here to name the path, and just like that we can apply in the Excel file also. Then how it will be? Proc import data file equals to name of the path. And what does it here? Import 1. For the import 1, where we import to 1 here, and name the import, we just cross check both are same or not, and out import 1a, and dbms is an XLS. Run. Okay, we are just running this code. Log is clear. Import 1a. First we take import 1. Raju, Revant, like just like this. Import 1a. Just like this, instead of giving file path again and again, we just name for it. Already we run this import to 7. Now, if you run again, it means of what? If you run this code second time, it doesn't import again. It shows one note. Then what is the note here? and here import to cancel. I am already importing import to 7 file data set, but if you run, just simply run second time, it doesn't import. Or if you do any changes here, what does it, I just mentioned get names equals to s. I am just running this second time, then what does it give? Import to cancel, output data set import 7 already exists. What does it mean? It cannot replace it. So we have to specify the replace option. Then how it will be? Just replace. Now we are running this like this. The log is clear now. 7 data was successfully created. Here we just get names equals to s. What does it mean? Again, it's take the first value as a variable here. Like this, we can use the replace option here. And if you run any file, and again, if for example already we are import 6, we are just run second time, then what it shows, import will be cancel. Just mention replace option, it will be clear, log clear, import 6. Got it? And if you run any import code second time, you have to use the replace option. If you understand my explanation, try to apply this tab file. I am already applying CSV file and delimiter both, and try to apply this tab file and try to mention the DBMS. Now next one is proc export, and the definition is to export the data from the SAS environment to outside environment. Simply, if you have a data set in your work library or any other library in your SAS environment, export that file into as a Excel sheet, as a text document. And the syntax is proc export data equals to dataset name, out file equals to file location or file path, and DBMS equals to DBMS type. As same as the DBMS type in a proc import, same as a export also. For that, first file type is an Excel. If the extension is XLS or XLSX, then the DBS type will be XLS or XLSX. Now first we import some simple data to the outside environment, then how it will be? Proc export and data equals to SAS help.class. In the SAS help, we have some class data set. Now we are export that data set into outside environment as a Excel file. Now I just give a location here, and I just give some random location to export the data, and DBMS is an XLSX, and run. Got it? Then what is the difference between import and export here? In the import we have a data file, but in the export we have a out file, and in the import we have a out. In the export we have a data. That is the difference here. Now we are run this code. Before opening data set, log is clear, and we are opening. This is an export one. This is the export to 1. We can export the data from the SAS environment to the outside environment by using proc export, and the data file name should be mentioned here. If whatever name you given it here, that will be the file name at the outside. Now how we export a data to the text format? File type, here already you know that DBMS extensions here, and if the delimiter and DBMS is the DLM, and if the CSV file, then the DBMS will be CSV, and if the tab file, then the DBMS should be tab. And now here, after creating a file at the outside, if you want to separate it with the comma, then we use the DBMS as a CSV. If you want to separate with any delimiter, you just use a DLM. Now we import the data from the SAS environment to outside as a text file. Then how it will be? Proc export data equals to same SAS help.class, and out file I give some random location, and I want to convert as a text file. That's why I give a txt. Before I want to convert as an Excel file, that's why I gave an extension of Excel. So now I want to convert as a text, that's why I give a extension of text document. And DBMS is the CSV. What does it mean? I want data set by the comma separated values, and delimiter is a comma, and log export. And in a previous one we just export with the comma, and like that you can with any delimiter. Okay, now we are giving some random delimiter here, and then how it will be proc export data equals to SAS help dot class, and export, I am exporting the same data set here, and out file is just a file path, and I need a text file, that's why I give a txt, and the file name is an export3, and delimiter is a star. I just give some random delimiter, and DBMS, you know that DLM. If you use any delimiter, then the DBMS should be DLM. If you want to values separated by the comma, then you use CSV. Now I am just applying with a star, nothing but any of the delimiter, then the log is clear. Now we are checking data is created or not. Export 3. Okay, here data is created with the delimiter star between the values. Like this, you can export the data by any text format with any delimiter. Instead of using right again and again this file path, we just give a name to it. And if you give a name once and you can use it number of times in a proc export, then how it will be. And I just giving a name to the path here. This is a path and this is a name of that path, and this is the file name. File name, name of the path, and the path. And I'm just giving text to the some text, one text format and one is a Excel format. Now we are implementing it. First we apply in an Excel, then how it will be. Proc export. Data is the same SAS help, and out file equals EXXL, and here EXXL is nothing but what? This path location. Then what is that? 1A here. Okay, I am just giving a 1A to the export to file. Then how it will be? We are just check. DBMS is an XLXX same. Now we are running. Log is clear. Export successfully. And now what is that? Export 1A. We are converting as a what? Export 1A here, nothing but what? One Excel format. Yes, it is created successfully, and we are just mention what is the difference here, and everything is same. Instead of using a file, I am just giving name to that path, and simply I mention the path here. Okay, now I am just giving file path to text format, then how it will be in the text. And proc export data is the same SAS help class. Out file is equals to text. Then what does it mean? Instead of writing this, I am just giving this. And what is the file name? Export to 2A, and that to text format. Then how it will be. And delimiter is a star. I want to separate with a star. But the Excel no need of delimiter. Only for the text format only it is the need of delimiter here. Now we are running this code. Log is clear, successfully created. Now we are checking it. Export to A. If you run this code for the second time, it shows the one note. Already we export this. Now we are running this again. Then what does it shows? The export cancel. Why? Because it's a default not replace the existing data. What it shows is an already exist. Why? Because we already created export to. But if you just run, we didn't change. We are just run this code. If you run the code for the second time, it doesn't replace. At that situation, we have to mention replace manually. Now we are running this successfully created. Like this, if you run for the second time or you did any changes in a file, you need to mention the replace option. At that situation only you get the data replaced. And for now, if you understand my class, just try to apply filter condition in the export files. Please subscribe my channel, click the bell icon, like the video and comment below, share with your friends. Thank you. Support me.